Justin Prep. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Hey, what's happening, bud?
Nothing much. Heading to a Marine physical training session right now.
Yeah, why not? Where's that going to be at?
I'm with my friend. It's just in Northfield.
Oh, cool.
The, Marine, yeah.
So you just figured out, let's get a decent workout in today? Go hang out with the Marines?
Yeah. Yeah, he invited me, and I was like, all right, I don't mind a little extra workout.
You're having a heck of a junior year, man. Outstanding season in wrestling, and now you're playing some rugby. What's it been like this year for you over at the Prep?
It's been great so far. I've really enjoyed it. It's a really nice school, and I've really enjoyed what I've been doing there. With wrestling, I did a lot better than I expected I would, although when I came into the ranking, I placed 4th. And then when I actually came out, I played 6th, which is a little disappointing, but I'm happy with what I got. And no regrets. The past is the past, and I just got to move forwards. And now moving on to rugby, and I'm happy about that. I'm really enjoying it so far. We have a good team, and we're versing Xavier tomorrow.
Now, when you first started the wrestling season, how did you feel like you could do towards the end of the season, because you had to sit out those 30 days after transfer from mainland, so that's a little bit of a frustrating time for many athletes when they transfer. They got to sit out those first 30 days, so you kind of came into the season right in the middle of January.
Yeah. The 30 days that I had to sit out was pretty grueling, because I missed the Virginia duels and another duels. I forget which one it was, but yeah, it was pretty tough, but it just allowed me to get back into the rhythm of it and still get acclimated to school without having to worry about sports. And it was really.
How'd you keep yourself? How'd you keep yourself sharp in terms of being in matches? Because really, you're just kind of practicing every day. You don't really get matches up until you get cleared, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in that match atmosphere where everything's ratcheted up a notch. How did you get prepared for that mentally?
Mentally, I've never really had a problem with going into matches. I've always been pretty calm, cool, and collective about it. I've never really been worried. But I know throughout the season that having practice partners like Connor Murray and Ryan Lynn really helped out in the practice room, allowing me to wrestle really good wrestlers and have the ability to go into a live match and being comfortable with wrestling someone at such a high pace.
Did you ever take on Coach Ward in practice?
Nah. He was too busy coaching.
You think he could handle you?
We'll see.
Be careful what you say. He's still got another year under him. So. Next thing you know, next November, he'll be like, all right, me and you, Lenzsch, let's go. So how's the rugby season? I'm sure you've had experience with Dad. Obviously, your dad was involved for a long time with the Jersey Shore Sharks, and your brother plays for them as well. So this has kind of been a family thing for you guys, right?
Yeah. Rugby's been our line for a while. My dad played for 30 years. My brother got into it in college, played for Temple, and then he plays for the men's team still. And then my dad, being the experienced player that he is, coaches me along with my previous coaches, and then my current coach, Mr. Towell, or Coach Towell, I should say. But,
what's the coolest thing about rugby? I mean, it's becoming a little bit more popular here with the younger guys. I know the Sharks now have a high school team, and really kind of a lot more interest, I would say, stateside here. It's always been big internationally, but now it's really kind of filtering its way into the United States, and a lot of younger guys getting really involved with it.
I think one of the coolest things about rugby is that it's non-stop action, because the play doesn't stop unless the ball goes out of bounds. There's a penalty. But if not, you're relying on your team to keep the ball and keep moving the ball, or else the other team's going to take it. And my dad would always say one of the biggest, the top 3 rules of rugby are keep the ball, and keep the ball, because possession time is everything.
Yep.
And the other team can't score if they don't have the ball. And it's true. It's possession's a really important thing. He also told me, it's better to not make the pass than make a bad pass, because that would turn over the ball most likely.
Right.
But yeah, it's such a fun sport, and mostly anybody can play it, because there's a lot of teams scattered around. But it really, a couple of my friends, they're not the most athletic people, but like you can still play rugby because you have your entire team. And although it is skill based, like there's no real like team carries, I guess you could say, because like in basketball you have like your LeBron James, your Steph Curry's, your other good players, and then they can just be a one-man army, and it can be a 1 versus 5. But in rugby, you're team reliant because it's 15 on 15, so it's not like you're going to make a breakaway run every play because you need your team there. And I find that to be a really good aspect of the sport. They got to have a team felt team. Like some teams are really connected, and that can really be detrimental to the team if not everyone's with each other and everyone's friends and friendly. And I don't know, it's just a really nice sport because afterwards, like you get together with the other team. You have like a little feast, I guess you could say.
Yeah, a little barbecue.
The home team hosting. Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's just a fun sport, and I can see why it's picking up in the U.S.
We're talking with Sean Lenzsch Jr. at St. Augustine Prep, wrestling and rugby player. Sean, how much does rugby help you with wrestling and vice versa? You know, do these two sports have anything in common?
Definitely the tackling aspect. Like the drills that we do in practice, it's basically just taking a double leg takedown, breaking down, dropping your hips, and then shooting in and tackling the player. And it certainly helps having the endurance that I have from wrestling go into rugby as well. But it's kind of like with football. Wrestling just helps all around fitness and knowing how to properly tackle, and then just coming back from rugby, having also the endurance for that, because it's basically a soccer match with hitting.
Right.
Because that's where it came from. Yeah, it takes a lot out of you if you don't know how, like, if you don't have that much endurance.
Yep.
But yeah, they're very connected, I guess you could say.
Good stuff, Sean. Hate to cut you short here. We're up against the break, but we appreciate you taking a few minutes. Good luck the rest of the rugby season, and we'll be looking forward to following the rest of your high school wrestling career.
Thank you. I've had a good time here.
All right, man. Have a good weekend. Get your workout in.
I will. Thanks. Have a good day.
Thanks, bud. That was Sean Lenzsch Jr. over at St. Augustine Prep.